Don't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
Hey, hey, hey. Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Thalmor. Still somehow not in prison. Maybe someday the feds will finally get me. But for now, I am a free man. And I'm going to talk about politics and war and my life and real life stuff. And we're just going to have a good time. So, hey guys, maybe you've noticed Shifty is no longer in the server. What happened? Well, I will tell you what happened. Now, I've already covered this on the Tuesday bonus show. I did a bonus show on Tuesday in which I went over it really well. I probably won't do so again. But basically, Shifty was dating Rainbow in real life. Rainbow is in this server. I've had her on as a guest, I think. And he was dating Rainbow. It went sour somehow. I'm not sure on the details. Kind of don't care. And during the Halloween show last week, he did some everyone pings and was trying to log dump and give personal information out. Not really doxing, just like details about her life. And me and Zig both independently concluded that the best course of action was to delete that stuff and to remove him of his admin role. And ultimately, it's because Shifty shouldn't use this server as a platform to wage a personal war against other people. And so he got mad that we stripped him of his admin perms. He freaked out on me and the staff, blah, 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 blah. I told him to calm down. He didn't calm down. I promoted Killsbop to an admin. Killsbop arrested Shifty, and Shifty then left the server. He is unbanned. I never did ban him. He left. Maybe he can rejoin, but like he freaked out really hard, and he's going to have to make amends somehow if he wants to come back into the fold, which I don't think he will. But that's fine. It is what it is. That's basically the gist of it there. Like I said, I covered it more Tuesday, more in depth, but just more personal drama with Shifty, and it was too much. So that was that. So on top of that, there's been some housekeeping going on. Number one of them is that Killsbop has been made an admin to kind of replace Shifty in a way. Killsbop is not a co-host like Shifty kind of was, but Killsbop has been entrusted with some server management duties. Killsbop has done a great job supporting me in doing the show. So this has been actually a pretty long time coming, to be honest. So I'm happy to do that. I created a new room called Community Polls. So instead of doing polls in announcements or instead of doing them in the normal chat, it has its own room. And we've already been getting some use out of it. Right now, there's a current poll that Z created on is karaoke based or cringe. So you can go vote in that one if you want. Shifty was boosting the server, and he rescinded that boost a couple days after he left. So I put out in announcements, I put out a message asking people to boost the server. I believe both Zig and Shoot Me did. So I gave both of them Thalmorph. So we are now at level 1, and so now we can get more emojis and stuff if I want to add them. So that's good. And that's kind of about it. Yeah, I think that's about it for right now. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so Rainbow and Shifty never dated. Okay, gotcha. I got the impression from him that y'all did, but y'all didn't. So okay. Mine's some dated Shifty. Okay, so I stand corrected. My bad. There might be some more bonus shows soon. So of course you had the bonus show on Tuesday. Now the bonus show on Tuesday was done because of the Virginian, like there were a bunch of elections in the United States, and Justinian, also known as Roberts, he wanted to do a show about it. I was kind of thinking about it, so we agreed to do one together. We went on for 2.5 hours, but that show was mostly talking about real life politics. It was basically the Shifty stuff and real life politics. So, maybe some of you are interested in that, but I understand if you're not, so it's okay. Tuesday, there's going to be a thing that Firewolf invited me to, some kind of panel. I will do a ping about that when I know more about it. And I think not next Saturday. I think Saturday the 20th, there will be another thing I was invited to that I might be on about. So that's what's going on with that. I will do some more pings and talk about more about that stuff when we come closer to it. And now finally, the Subway Girls. Now, as you guys know, I have a Subway addiction. I am in rehab for it. And the Subway that I go to has 2 girls that are cute and that I think like me. And so I've talked about them a little bit. And I am here to say that I think the Subway Girls saga is over. But it's not the good ending. It's the bad ending. They both have boyfriends. So I don't have an end with that. I mean, like, I know that there are guys who are smoother than me, in which the girl having a boyfriend isn't a problem, but I am not that much of a smooth operator. So I'm afraid that shutter has been closed, at least for now. Maybe in a couple months we'll see. But the Subway Girl saga is seemingly over for now. So, lurk and wait. I still like Subway. I'm still going to get Subway. That is still the best Subway. So essentially, that is what's basically going on. Is I'm just going to keep eating my food, and if I find out one of them is single, we'll go from there. But for now, that is the situation. And what was I going to say about the Guardian thing? Okay, so Guardian is disbanding. Memph posted it was a thread on the forums. There were 2 threads. There was one that was posted on the forums and then on the OWF, but then a second thread that was posted on the Guardian forums, which I don't have access to, but I've seen some screenshots. The OWF thread is just 2 paragraphs. There's some more information in the Guardian forum thread, but I can't be bothered to pull it up. And basically, the decision makers in Guardian are kind of burnt out, and that's the main thing. They don't feel like there's much point in continuing the Guardian name. So, that's what's going on. I think they said that they were merging into Grumpy, but I've heard some people say that some are going to TKR. So I don't know what's going on. But Guardian is disbanding, and it is always really sad to see long-standing communities go away like that, especially Guardian, because Guardian's a good one. When Pantheon died, it's eh. But when Guardian disbanding, it's well, that really sucks. So that's unfortunate. And I am fucking with you. No, so I forgot what it was. I think several days ago, someone in Ron said that there's nothing to talk about. And so I said, out of the blue, well, it sucks that Guardian is disbanding. And people believed it. People were like, wait, what? Really? And so, it was, people, continued, the lie. It was really funny. So I decided I would make it a fake topic here tonight. So that was funny. Okay, now that we're done with the fake news, yeah, the Zig just posted it. I can't believe Guardian is disbanding, and some people believed it, and other people like carried the joke. It was funny. But let's talk about some real news, and the real news is that the real news is that um, there's a number of goons people, like known goons people, who are like some are in this Cataclysm Protectorate, some are in TKR, some are in Space Invaders, and like I like the person who told me this would tell the government members of these alliances about the goons people. I don't know mine some I didn't ask. I think it's I don't know actually, but that's okay. Um when this guy who told me this would bring this up to the government members of these alliances, they would like make excuses and defend them, which I think is a little bit gay. I'd accept goons to be an ASM. What? And I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this. Like, I don't want to share this game with goons, but if they're able to pull off something funny, like overthrowing an alliance, that would just be exciting and interesting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I vote we would post on the forums our condolences with the disband. That would be funny. So more on ASM. That's not surprising. But ASM is like pretty trash, so that's okay. Goons cooping Cam. I can't let no. If there's any alliance that will not be cooed, it's probably Camelot. I'm sure Epi has that shit on lockdown real tight. Like Epi did not march into Rome across the Rubicon and fight this guerrilla war against Nexus just to be cooed by some trolls. But that would be funny if it did happen. Exactly, he is a lunatic, which is why it's not going to happen. Because like I am very confident in Epi's ability to keep Camelot chugging along just fine. Like he's already training up some new government. Like now, like they joined the Johnsons. They're going to be just fine. So I don't know. I don't want to see goons return, and I think it's dumb that like people are just so okay with them returning. But it is what it is, I guess. ATC has recruited their first IA manager. I don't know who that even is, so that's okay. Those guys will go. They just moved up. Okay. I think that's it. So I don't know. I don't want goons to return in organized fashion, and I don't like to see people defend them. But it is what it is, I guess. But I don't know because it's like if that could eventually cause a rift in the community, and that could cause some fun drama. So it's kind of like, ATC is Atlas and Red Spartan is that guy. Okay, well, congrats, Red Spartan, for your upgrade. Atlas, that's Han Solo doing that, I think. Han Solo recreated Atlas. See what happens. What's this about? Okay. Another thing who really gives a fuck. Did you rejoin Alicos? Yeah, Alicos, are you back? Oh, no, that's okay. Kind of shady for us to decide who can and can't play politics and war. But, like, the thing is, though, is that when Goons was here, I kind of also don't even want to talk about them because I don't want to give them attention. But, like, when they were here, they wanted us to stop playing. So it's like, and there's no reason to assume that like, wow, because we can't roll them. But they're not even returning in such a fashion. Like, whatever. It's okay. I want them back to the drama that would happen. I think the best the best case scenario would be like 20 really competent goons people rejoin, infiltrate a bunch of alliances, and cause some funny drama. That would be the best case scenario. Because then it's like we don't have to share this community with them, but it could still lead to some funny stuff. But anyways, I digress. I made my first bill from Goons joining this game. So that's kind of it for that. I don't like that people are defending them, but it is what it is, I suppose. I can do nothing about it besides seethe and cope about it, I guess. Yeah, and what Jack said, it's like they're not good faith actors. Like they support MPO, which MPO wanted half the game gone. Goons talked joyously about how they wanted to ruin the game. Like, I don't want those people there. Like, if you're playing ball with 3 people and the other 2 kids are passing the ball between each other and they're not passing the ball to you, well, you're just the one losing out. If your opponent is using gunpowder and you're still using swords, like, you're going to get fucked. But I digress. That's enough. I don't want to talk about them, and I don't want to give attention to people who aren't even here mostly anymore, any more attention. So I want to move on to my next topic, which is people threatened to kill Alan because they think he said a racial slur. So was this a Tidbits? I think this would be Tidbits. Yeah, I think it was Tidbits and Ron. Alan has went into vacation mode for a year. And apparently what spurred this was there was a fake log committed in which he supposedly said a racial slur. And does anybody else know any more about this than what I've already just said? Like, the screenshot was indeed fake, right? Let's see it. Okay, Mindsum just posted the log. Now, one thing people said, first off, I want to point out 2 things. Number one is people said that Alan like never uses emojis. And so for him to post that emoji is unusual behavior from him. And so that's what made people doubt it. But also number 2, that green symbol on the bottom right, I think that's the Grammarly symbol. So whoever took the screenshot, I think apparently uses Grammarly. But anyways, so Alan was not liked at all. Like, there are some people in the community who are disliked quite widely, like Epi, like Akiro, like Firewolf, but like Alan is one of the like. What helps Akiro is that she does have some core friends and she stays segregated from the wider community. What helps Firewolf is that he's kind of harmless. What helps Epi is that he does have his core supporters in Camelot. Alan, however, like, he doesn't really have a whole lot going for him to help him. And like, whenever Alan would get brought up, it was always negative. No one liked the guy. And like, I didn't really dislike him. I had him on as a guest once and he was fine. My biggest problem with Alan was how he was such a simp for trying to increase like moderation powers and increase the mandate that they have to moderate like private discords and stuff. Like, I thought that was a problem because I don't like a snitch. But anyways, for someone to want to fake a log like this on Alan, first off, that's very dirty. If you want to fake a log as a joke or even like a troll, like maybe that's okay. But to fake a log to actually cause troubles, that's pretty dirty. I don't like that. And especially an out of character thing like that, like a racial slur, especially in the political climate we live in, very nasty. Now, like, and the thing is that in response to this log, it was reported. I don't know how true this is. This is what I read on Ron. I'm willing to believe Ron. They said Alan received death threats over it. Now, look, don't use racial slurs, okay? Don't use them. You shouldn't go to prison if you use them. I don't think you should lose your job if you use them. I'm pretty pro free speech, not just like legally, just as a principle to apply in daily life. You know, I don't care if you use a racial slur. Now, I don't use them on the show because it's very inappropriate and people don't like it, and that's fine. I won't use them. I have no reason to use them in the first place. The level of beauty in the world does not increase when you use a hard R, okay? I can understand not liking Alan if he actually did say the N-word. It is pretty beyond the pale to send him a death threat over it. That's pretty ridiculous. Assuming even the screenshot was real, that Alan actually did use a racial slur, which is pretty unlike him. He's pretty politically correct. You shouldn't send him a death threat over it. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Why would you do that? Whatever. So, death threats are bad. Hot take. Exactly. So, he probably wears a white hood under his Templar helmet. So, you know, I am much more interested in knowing who sent the death threats to Alan, because that is pretty ridiculous. But I don't like the reporting on this is pretty limited. Like I don't know where the source comes from that it was a fake log. I don't know where the source comes from that he was sent death threats. I wish there was more information to work with here. Cosmo Kinney, maybe. Source for log is murky. Yeah, there's not a lot of there's not nearly as much information around this as I would like for there to be. It could be that Alan did say it and he left because he knew he would catch a lot of shit for it. It could be that the log is fake and Alan left because he was tired of catching slings and arrows all the time from the community. So, the source for the threats is Alan and Lysander. Okay, I would trust both of those people on that topic. So, that's fine. So don't send people death threats. Don't use racial slurs. Don't create fake screenshots of people using racial slurs. And don't send people death threats. That is your daily lesson on morality and proper conduct today. And white people are the devil. Cracker is okay. You can be as racist as you want against white people in Thalmor because white people are the devil. So there you go. Am I already done with my politics and war topics? Fuck. I wish I would have more than that, but that's okay. I'm reporting Thalmor. Oh no. Bro, I had pizza today with cracker crust and it was good. Am I a cracker? Alright. So and you can't be racist against white people because white people aren't people. So, final call, politics and war. Any last thing I need to talk about before we move on? The Lost Empire. I did not talk about the Lost Empire. The Lost Empire. Wait, was that this week or last week? I feel like that was the last week thing, but I don't think I talked about it either way. So Lost Empire disbanded, and it appears as if some government members did not like that, so they took up the mantle of the training alliance called. What's the splinter called? They formed a splinter, the Lost Legion, the Lost Legion, and they're trying to, I guess, keep it moving along. Zig, the subway topic. The subway girls both have boyfriends, so there's no opening for me. So that's the only update. The Lost Death Threat. I heard they were bringing the God Fury. Oh, that's another meme. There's some more micro stuff, but I don't know. I don't know much about it. I don't care much about none of it. I do not have the patience for micro stuff. I don't just want to say that something happened and then not talk about it. Like, by talking about it, have an extra layer of analysis with it. And for most micro stuff, I barely recognize the names. I don't really know the people. I don't know the motivations or the pathology. So I can't talk about most micro stuff. So I don't know what's going on about anything. All the Gov wanted to disband. Damon is taking the Lost Legion and returning to a new alliance. Old alliance may become God Fury. Okay, gotcha. Boyfriends are just subway girls getting practice for the real thing. That is how the situation, because Thalmor definitely doesn't count as the real thing. Oh, roasted, killed, destroyed. I think we're done with Politics and War. A slow news week. I am tired of these slow news weeks, but that is okay because maybe goons will return and cause a great uproar. But they probably won't. So, I guess now it's time to talk about stupid real life politics stuff. So, thank you guys for tuning in for the normal show, but now it is time to discuss really homosexual stuff. So, I am sweating. I need to turn off the heat before I get too hot. Tuesday we had a bonus show to talk about a couple of elections. You guys in chat are crazy. I love you. And the two elections in particular, actually there's three elections I want to talk about. The first one is Virginia. And the Virginian election gubernatorial election is considered significant because it always occurs after the presidential election, but before the midterms. So the Virginian gubernatorial election is considered a referendum on how the current administration is doing. And so, despite going pretty strongly for Biden last year, the Republican candidate won Virginia. And so... Okay, y'all are crazy. Y'all making me laugh. And so the thing that happened is, I think what sunk the Democratic guy in Virginia was that he basically said that parents have no right to their children's education. Hold on. Let's do a poll. Hold on. I'm gonna go Zig. Say hi to people as I type this out.
I don't want to say hi to people. How did you know I have a mic on? I don't know. Hey, did you guys see the sky today? Wasn't it nice? I really like the sky. Sometimes it's above me and it says, "Hi, I'm blue," and sometimes it says, "Hi, I'm white." Did you see the grass today? Did you guys all touch grass? No, you didn't. That's all.
Thank you, Zig.
You have
Thank
no
you, Zig.
idea
I
how
appreciate
much
it.
the acid has actually kicked in. I've spilled acid on myself about like 30 times today, and I am extremely itchy. But that's a personal problem because I work in a lab. All right, Thalmor, carry on.
When you said that you spelled the acid kicked in, I thought you meant that like you had done drugs, done acid, and I was like, "Whoa, that is very out of character for you."
I did the real acid. I did some sulfuric today. Yeah.
So
Proper drugs.
I did a poll in community polls. Do parents have the right to have a say in their children's education? Check mark for yes, no bicycles for no. So go vote. I want to see how does the community lean. Uh-oh, my thing messed up. That's okay, I fixed it. So, Thalmor, he's against the weed. People generally think yes. And mine some okay. So overall, people think that that parents should have a say in their kids' education. What if I feel they have the right, but they shouldn't generally get involved in most scenarios? I would still say yes in that case. But anyways, the Democratic candidate in Virginia, so the parents don't have a say in their kids' education, and that pissed off all of the white women. And so all of the white women voted, like it was like a 15-point swing. They all voted for the Republican. And there you go. That won the election for the Virginian guy, for the Republican guy. New Jersey was significant as well because like New Jersey was a very like hard Democratic state. Like that shit is blue all over, and it was actually very competitive. They couldn't even announce a winner until the day after, the night after. So that was pretty interesting. I also believe also in New Jersey, this Republican nobody ran against this one guy and won. And the crazy thing about that is that like his name was Edward Burr, I think. And Edward Burr, like his budget was $200, and he did a home video about his candidacy, and he won. And that was just really funny and incredible to me. So, and like Fox News interviewed him right after right after he won, and the anchor asked him like, "What are you going to do when you get to Trenton?" And the guy, then Edward Burr said like, "I don't know what I'm going to do," and that was really funny. He didn't campaign anywhere. That explains it. Gotcha. Now, James, from my understanding, the guy that Edward Burr beat, he have a title? Wasn't he like? I remember the Democratic guy he beat had like a title attached to his thing. The state Senate president. Yeah. So is that a big deal that he lost, or does it really not mean that much? Yeah, and this was a state race, not a national, like not a federal one. This guy is not in Congress; he's in the New Jersey legislature. He was considered the most powerful politician in the state. Okay, that is actually really funny. Then I mean, it was already funny, but that's even more funny. So that's what happened with that. So, and apparently Republicans won overall a lot of other seats across the nation, and I think and apparently over 100 offices were also taken by libertarians. So I don't know, pretty good election cycle, I guess. And I think that's it for the election roundup stuff. Also, with Virginia House, yeah, I saw a thing about that. So, yeah, I think people just aren't happy with Biden, and because Biden's a part of the Democratic Party, people are blaming the Democrats for all the problems they perceive, and so the Democrats are suffering in these elections because of it. So that's what's going on with that, and I don't see how it gets better because the Democratic response to these defeats have only been to double down more on the rhetoric, to double down more on these people are racist. Like, there's no self-reflection. These people aren't asking themselves why they lost. They're just saying it's because of racism. And, like, that's not a good way to go into the midterms, and that's certainly not going to be a good way to go into 2024. But it is what it is, I guess. Let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. So once again, I'm going to do one more poll. And hold on, can I actually do this on my phone so I can keep talking and not burden Zig with having to use his vocal cords? Uh-oh, come on, Mr. Phone. Cooperate with me. Yes, there we go. So, I'm going to just go ahead and assume that you guys know who Kyle Rittenhouse is. Kyle Rittenhouse was the 17-year-old in Kenosha who shot and killed a couple protesters that were attacking him. And his trial started on Monday. And that's all I'm going to say. I've been loosely following the events of the trial day in, day out. And I don't want to. Before I give my thoughts, I want to do this poll that I have to do with one hand because I don't know how to use both hands at the same time because the 5G is melting my brain, and I will soon have the brain capacity of a 7-year-old, probably by this time next year. So that is really cool. Let's see. I'll do a check mark again. Green circle equals acquitted. Uh-oh. Acquitted. Gavel. Uh-oh. Hammer. Yeah, banhammer. Banhammer equals convicted. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience as I work out this shit here.
Dead air. Come on, Thalmor.
If you expect quality from this presentation, it is really your own fault, to be honest.
Where did you find
there
that
we go.
banhammer?
I have no idea. It just appeared. I can't even pull it up on desktop. I can only pull it up on mobile. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. So there you go. It's in community polls. Will Kyle Rittenhouse be acquitted or convicted? Vote now or forever hold your peace.
Does the glove fit?
Okay, overwhelmingly, people think he's going to be acquitted. I think he is going to be acquitted. The prosecution is doing their witness yesterday was really, like, their own witness was bad, but like it doesn't end like this prosecutor is a complete joke. Like, here's a picture from today if he'll upload. But the prosecutor is wearing a pin. Okay, guys, I want you to recognize what pin the prosecutor is wearing in this photo. That did not upload how I wanted it to for some reason.
Did you just download a virus onto my computer? The heck?
Yeah. I am taking control of your computer, Zig.
Dang it, Finn.
And I
Not
will...
again. What did that even upload as?
Exactly.
File. It doesn't even say the file type.
I
I'm
have
dying.
no idea why it did it that way. Oh, probably because it's a link from Twitter. Okay.
Just
Okay.
please don't just post the link. Just post the link. It'll auto show.
No, it's okay.
That
So
works.
that's the prosecutor who's prosecuting Kyle Rittenhouse. I want you guys to tell me what symbol that pin is. I know the answer, but I want you guys to guess what it is. Zig guessed it. The fucking prosecutor in a courthouse in the middle of a televised trial, probably the biggest trial of the year besides Derek Chauvin, is wearing a fucking Rebel Alliance pin from Star Wars. So that is pretty amazing. It kind of is based. It's also kind of cringe. I don't know what to make of it. But yeah, there you go. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Kyle's going to be acquitted. Bruce Rivers is an attorney on YouTube who reviews like rap music videos and describes how in the music videos they're like giving the feds probable cause to like arrest them. And he did a breakdown of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and he thought that the facts of the case, along with how strong of an opening the defense had, he thought that Kyle was going to get acquitted. I know another defense attorney named Nick Ricada, who's also on YouTube. He thinks he's been live streaming 8 hours a day. He's going to live stream the whole trial with commentary. He thinks Kyle's going to get acquitted. I think Kyle is going to get acquitted. I think the prosecution is retarded, and I think the case was bad to begin with. So we'll see what happens. If he gets convicted, that's pretty fucked. At least with Derek Chauvin, it's like, well, okay, there was no reason for the guy's knee to be on his neck for 8 minutes. Chauvin was a cop, and Chauvin had like a history of like formal complaints against him. Kyle Rittenhouse was just a kid. So, I mean, he probably shouldn't have been there, but I think Kyle is in a much better place, like morally, than Mr. Chauvin was. So we'll see what happens. And I think that might be it for tonight, because I guess politics and war. Politics and war, and real life. Any final topics I need to go over, or what stuff? Quickly, I don't know what you're talking about. Kyle has a bunch of charges against him. I don't know what Quickly's talking about, but it sounds interesting. But I think Rittenhouse will be acquitted. It says Rosenbaum had some bipolar disorder and was homeless. So Rosenbaum, and this came out during the prosecution's witness. Rosenbaum was making everyone uncomfortable. He was like telling people to kill him. Like Rosenbaum was painted in a very bad light. So we'll see what happens. No, Fatsu, I think the other guy that got shot was a sex offender. Did you hear about how the syndicate actually sent a member $2.3 billion? That sounds funny. But I forgot who said it, but like a couple months ago, was it when Shiho resigned? I think the syndicate is lacking in good talent right now. Like, Adam is gone. Theo is gone. Shiho is gone. Zed is well. Some of them are gone. Some of them have just stepped down. So I don't know. I think the syndicate. Bashio's not in Gov anymore. These are people who are no longer in Gov, like in an official capacity. One of leads Carthago, yeah. So I don't know. All the talent's kind of gone from the syndicate. So for the syndicate to make a mistake like that seems much more likely, unfortunately. Wait, did I hear Thalmor wants to lead Rose? I'm already leading Rose. Who do you think Vex answers to? I think Vex is still second in command. I hope she is, or else this joke was really dumb. And that's a nice image, Red Spartan. I like it. I don't know who the other two stones should be, though. But that's okay. MBO didn't have a training alliance, did they? What is your view of Rose? Rose is okay. They seem like a fine alliance overall. They seem to kind of suck at fighting, but they seem to be really good at politics. They can't fight. They can't fight, but they're good at politics. And overall, I think they're a fine alliance. Video footage not often reviewed. Discipline taking years to happen. As coaching television show. Yeah, like I don't like cops, and I think I've talked about this. Like, I don't like cops. They a lot of cops do a lot of things that I find despicable, and so there we go. Rose only strength is merging every alliance and exists to themselves, but like, it is up for discussion if Mystery and Oasis are truly independent or not. There is a conspiracy theory that has some merit to it that Mystery and Oasis answer to Rose to some extent. Like that's pretty good. Like they can work politics. That one missed parts of the Rose, some stuff TFP. And it could be different. Michael, I don't like feds. You know, Michael, like, at least the local sheriff, it's like the local deputy wants to protect his community, right? Like, he wants to stop John Smith from beating his wife when he gets too drunk. He wants to stop the gas station from being broken into. Like, the local deputy has the excuse to protect his community. But what about, like, an FBI agent? What about, like, what kind of crazy person wakes up and goes, you know what? I'm going to join the FBI. Whoa. And don't even get me started on the people who want to join the CIA. You're getting really wild then. How is Thalmor pro goons, pro racial slurs, and part of the ACAB movement? Or worse, the ATF. Oh yeah, especially the ATF or the DEA or something. Just crazy. Here are the last stones. Yeah, I can buy that. Well, I'm not so sure about the syndicate being there. And maybe replace the syndicate with Guardians of the Galaxy and replace the Commonwealth with Polaris, and then it will be perfect. And then it will be perfect. And so did something at the start of the war. Yeah, but like you can put a lot more blame on Polaris and Guardians of the Galaxy than you can before the Syndicate. Cam or UPN, maybe. But there's only 5 slots, so. And yeah, Syndicate did switch sides, and I think the Syndicate had the right intentions. They just underestimated how literally evil MPO wanted to be. So the Syndicate gets some slack, in my mind. You probably could blame Camelot more than Polaris. Also, Thalmor, I don't follow game politics. I follow them a little bit. Not as much as I could. Not as much as I responsibly should as someone who hosts a show. Let's see here. So, how do you guys feel about us doing another trial soon? Do you guys have stamina in you to watch another trial? It's been when was the last one? Actually, let's see. Taith was in March, and Jazz was in August. Yeah, I think. But that's the problem. Is there's not really like there's been no good drama lately. Did Alan say the N-word trial? That's funny. Oh man, put Thalmor on trial. If someone wants to, I haven't drafted any rules on what the limitations to charges should be. So if someone wants to draft some charges, then go ahead and do it. Zig, are you willing to be the judge? Because if I'm on trial,
For what?
I can be the judge.
Oh, for you on? Yeah, I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge, juror,
Okay,
and
yeah.
executioner. If you lose, you get
I
slotted.
bet you would.
I still owe you this year's nuke.
You do. I got 2,700 infra. It's worth blowing up.
Wow, you've bulked up. I think it's you probably just need a little slimming down, don't you? You're getting a little soft in your old age. Thalmor's a whale.
I am a whale. 2,700 infra with 32 cities? Yeah. I'm part of the 1%. So, yeah, I mean, if someone wants to dream up charges against me, they can. I guess we could prosecute Alan. I think he's done enough, both in character and out of character, that's possible. But that's not exciting. Like Taith was exciting. Jazz was a little exciting. I don't find putting Alan on trial exciting. It's not more based for cringe. It's not more a pixel hugger trial. Thalmor joining Grumpy Old Bastards. Tate was a spicy thing though. Yeah, Tate was like at the Tate thing. The Tate thing was so exciting that's how the trials got started. NATO is getting their ass kicked by the Syndicate being on Sea of Green. Yeah, that sounds about right. Both TKR and the Syndicate are very proactive with maintaining their color blocks, like how cohesive they are. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Like you just have to not give them a reason to mess with you, I guess. Who's trying to figure out who I am? Hold on. Dead air. That's weird. Why did Locust do an inquiry on me, but there's no record of anyone looking me up? That's a little weird. I'm being stalked. I was going to get paid. Who's Thalmor? Long overdue. Alan. Who killed Toss again? Who's Toss? Legion has been trying to claim people, and Rabbits have been trying to claim Aqua. Verify. Yeah. So, all right, guys, y'all like trials, so you guys are going to have to help me. When there's some juicy drama, you're going to bring it to my attention, and then we'll do a trial. But in the meantime, we just can't do one. Church trial. Zig, what should someone prosecute me for? Do you have any ideas?
Oh, I don't know. The list is pretty tall. I think we should just create a
The list-
400th channel to list all of the charges against you. I think that could go on for several pages. So
it probably could. If you really wanted to dig, you probably could dig up some stuff, but that's old stuff. I don't know if anyone's really willing to do that. So, all right, 9:56, almost gone an hour. I think we just declare him a terrorist and get this. Just drone strike me. That's how I'm going to die in real life. Is I'm going to get drone striked. It might as well happen in Thalmoria too. But all right, 9:52. It's not 9:52. It's 9:57. I think I'm done.
3 minutes.
Final call for any. I can stretch this out 3 minutes. Final call, politics and war. Any last thing I need to go over about anything? You can ask me a question. You can bring up a politics and war topic. You can bring up a real life topic. Just give me something so I can blather on for 2 minutes. Doesn't have to be funny. Doesn't have to be interesting. I just need to know a little. Benfro is gone. I think Wizzle is taking over. Is that right? I think Wizzle is taking over. Weisel's taking over. That's pretty cool. So was Kennedy a lib? Like the President Kennedy? He was a Democrat. I don't know. Maybe. Wizzle is better, so I guess yay. Coach, I don't want to bring you on, Coach. I just want to talk about myself. Was Obama black? He was mixed, I believe. His dad was black, but his mom was white. If I remember his biography correctly. Kennedy, a libtard. I love you, Zig. I am so happy you're my number 2. What's your thoughts on banks? They can be. I don't trust them, but they can be cool. And the big banks should probably be destroyed. Who was in Paris? Alan answered that question, and he received death threats. So I cannot answer that question. Banks let me buy a house. That is a great example of how banks can be cool. It's 10. It is 10. All right, Zig, what's your opinion on banks? I agree with Illegos. I should ask you. Banks
usury
out. There you go.
The only good banks don't charge interest. Those are fine. Those are the best kind of banks. If you try to make money, you are a bad. That's all.
So there you go. I guess that's just the official Thalmoria position on banks. They should just be destroyed. So pretty based, but that's part of the core here at Thalmor Radio. And we are done. Soup, play the theme, then end the recording when the theme is done. Let us get out of here. Have a good weekend. My friends are coming over tomorrow. We're going to play Ultimate Apocalypse and finish Attack on Titan Season 4 and probably go bowling. So it's going to be a good time. And I am happy to have done the show and that it's closing out and everything is good. And have a good weekend and go to church on Sunday And
Yeah, Thalmor, go to church on Sunday.
I should go to church on Sunday. I really should. Okay, it's this eggplant emoji. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So
I kicked church.
Phase.
How do I find them
Hey,
again?
that's one of the rules though. Don't spam, and if you're told to stop, stop. So he did break the rules.
Yeah, and it was basically showing dicks, so I think that's fair. I moderated, and I can't do that
You
against
did.
Shifty, and you could. Did you talk about Shifty? I missed the first 10 minutes, and you blew through like 30 topics.
Yeah, I touched on it very briefly. Not nearly as much as I did on Tuesday because I don't want to repeat myself.
Yeah, that would have been boring. I didn't get a chance to ask you if you're gonna buy Skyrim for the fourth
About?
time
Oh hell
on
no! I bought it. I
on the
bought
11th.
it.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
I can't fucking believe Skyrim came out in 2011. No, I bought Skyrim and played it when it first came out a fucking decade ago, and then I think I bought it on PC for mods, but I never played it on PC. And I would buy it a third time if I had VR, and I would play the VR version of Skyrim.